is the push-up. Key to practicing the push-up is, number one, finding what your push-up is. So there's not one push-up for everybody. Everyone is on a continuum of ability. So we want to find where you are and then progress forward from that. That's the key. Start wherever you are and then move forward from wherever that is. You have two options. One, a two-arm push, so two arms together, or one. Likely, right now, you're going to know very quickly which camp you fall into. But we do have people in our sessions that are working toward a one-arm push-up or have achieved a one-arm push-up. But the vast majority of people are going to be working on really beautiful two-arm push-ups, and that's a great thing. It's all about, again, finding where you are in your progression. So things to look for in any push-up. Number one is your position at the top. So a top of the push-up should be a gymnastic plank. You should be on top of your hands. Tailbone is tucked, abs are engaged, body is slightly rounded. Not here. So this is not our push-up where our hips touch first. Our push-up is here. And then we bring our body all the way down to the ground and then reestablish that as we come back up. So good top position all the way down. Ribs are going to touch the ground at the bottom, or if we're in a position of elevation, they're going to touch whatever is elevated. And that's our next progression, is whether or not you have a high incline, a low incline, or no incline. So a high incline would look like a box or a bench, something here. I'm going to lower myself all the way down, so my incline point is where I'm lowering to. And I'm pushing off. All my other mechanics stay the same. To progress here, as I get stronger, I'm going to move down to a lower box, and ultimately maybe some blocks. We could use handles, even a plate makes for a good pushing surface. But the same thing here. I'm going to push all the way down to my pushing surface and then back up. Note that you're not going to go into a deeper shoulder extension at the bottom. You're going to go only down to the point where you're pushing from and then come back up. The other lever you can use to make things harder or easier, so number one, the more inclined you are, the easier. The more declined, more flat you are, the harder. The other lever you have at your disposal is what to do with your legs. A straddle position, so legs in a V, is going to make this push-up much easier than legs parallel. So straight lines. So you may make a progression from a box with a straddle to the same box parallel before you move down in the box. So both of these levers can be moved in order to work on your progression and make your push-up stronger and your upper body pushing strength stronger on the process. We're going to work on reps of 1 to 8. If you can do multiple sets of 8 at a level, then let's increase that level. If you are sort of on the cusp of one level to another level, you're having a hard time making the transition, you can use negatives as your set. So that would mean each set would be one slow, controlled negative all the way from the top position down to the bottom position of the push-up. And you can do multiple sets over the work time with negatives. You can also do negatives at the end after you finish all your work sets and have gotten all your work. Maybe you progressed, added some reps on a later set, or added a set this week over a previous week. Then toward the end of the workout, if you want to get some extra work in there, you can add your negatives. You can also add isometric holds. Holds are holding things like top position, holding that very, very bottom position where I'm hovering, maybe even holding in the middle. You could use the holds as ways of getting through portions of the push that are particularly tough for you. Maybe you notice that every time you push up at this point, your body comes up and your hips come down and then you roll yourself up. Well, that might be a good spot to hold and work on the strength right in that spot. May even move around it a little bit. Again, negatives are another variation of that, sort of like using a hold and holding yourself for just an instant all the way down. If you have questions, please, of course, ask us. That's what we're here for, is to help you